Good morning.
Morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Eva. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
You seem a little flustered.
Well, yeah, it's one of those days that you wish you stayed in bed, but I'm here.
Yeah,
Uh,
Rob's off today, so
uh,
uh,
yeah.
so waiting on my coffee. Normally, I just do
Uh-huh.
the Keurig where I, make 2 cups and I'm on the road. Well,
Uh-huh.
made the whole pot for him this morning. I was like sitting there tapping my foot, waiting on the damn thing to finish. I gotta
Uh,
go. Waiting on a
yeah.
pot of
The,
coffee. He
yeah, the
said he
sky looks
there
beautiful
you go.
up the top of your car.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh,
It
it
looks
is a
nice.
beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh,
It's beautiful out.
mm.
Blue skies. We missed out on Friday and Saturday. I had the grandkids over, and we were heating up the pool and everything. And we had planned the day for a few weeks now,
Mhm.
and then the weather turned out yuck. But it was funny. Right after they left, the blues started poking through the
Oh
clouds.
no.
Isn't that always the way it works?
Yes.
And they didn't care. They were out in that pool anyway. Rob heated it up, and they were out jumping in it. And it wasn't hot enough for me. but those kids, they're funny. They, they're
Uh-huh.
they're not gonna. Nothing's gonna keep them out of the pool.
Oh no.
So,
Well, as long as
yeah.
they had fun. As long as they had fun.
Yes, they
Uh-huh.
did. They had a good time.
That's great.
Oh, so okay, we're down to the wire for 2019. Is
Oh,
everybody
I
where they
know
want to
it. Oh
be,
gosh. It's going
or
too fast.
yeah?
I haven't
Yeah,
even done my wrapping yet. My goodness. I have to do it today. Hmm.
yeah. I, I I haven't really either. I haven't. Yeah,
Oh, you
I
haven't?
haven't.
Oh, okay.
No, but
Mm.
I let like the kids, the grandkids. I let them go shopping and picking out things, and they've already taken their stuff home with them, and it was just a shopping. They got to go on a little shopping spree, and
Oh,
that was their
good.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I had
Good.
already bought Andrea clothes um, back at Thanksgiving,
Hmm.
and so I don't really do Christmas Day, except for I've got gifts for the whole, just a gift that we created out of something that was Rob's dad's, and
Hmm.
I can tell you guys because none of you are recipients, but he had these antlers in his garage forever, and nobody they were mounted and everything. They're
Hmm.
antlers from
Right.
when he used to hunt, and there were 3 racks in the garage, and they had been there forever. Well,
Uh-huh.
Bob passed away a few years back, about 6 years ago, and she did not want the antlers in the garage anymore, and but couldn't get rid of them. Nobody wanted them. They just wanted them to be there, and to drive her nuts.
Uh-huh.
So Rob and I took all the antlers, and my brother-in-law, we made sure it's okay. Okay, we've got an idea for the antlers. Can we have them? And they said, yeah. They just wanted them gone too, but nobody wanted them. And so my brother-in-law makes pens, writing pens,
Hmm.
and he uses the antlers as part
Oh
of
my
the
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we created 15 pens with 2 racks of antlers, and
Hmm.
then one of those as a gag, we're mailing it to my niece who works for Raytheon in Arizona, and
Mm-hmm.
because she would appreciate it, and she, but at the same time it's a gag for her. But anyways, so repurposing those antlers for riding pins, and they're really cool.
I bet.
Yeah.
They're so talented. I'm telling you.
Very, very nice
Yeah.
pins. But yeah, my brother-in-law does that as a side business, and I was like, you know what, we'll all help each other, and
Why,
I'll buy
yes.
yeah,
Absolutely. Get some use
yeah,
out of it and make some beautiful things. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I'm excited about
Yeah.
that, but I have to wrap all those, and
Oh, yeah.
but it's not a big deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
not a big deal. They're small, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Yeah. Uh-oh. You left me.
anyways,
Or us. I
or
think
the
Jacob is on. Michelle is on.
Good
Michelle,
morning.
okay, good
Morning.
morning.
How
I'm
you feeling,
here.
Michelle?
I'm feeling better. My throat's still a little bit sore, but I'm gonna live.
Yeah, well, you
That's
sound a little
wonderful.
better.
Praise God.
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel better, so I will be up and about today because you guys are way
It's
ahead of
really,
me.
it's
I
really
have-
That's
been
so good.
dragging on.
Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
spent the last couple of days just washing everything. I washed my bedding. I washed Presley's bedding because he's
Yeah.
been a little under the weather too. Same thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just, washed everything. I'm trying to disinfect everything just to, get it clean so we don't keep recirculating germs. So
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
hopefully
Right.
it'll be moving on here pretty soon. So,
Good.
but you guys are way
Yeah.
ahead of me
Good
as
deal.
far as I haven't even bought one present. So I'm going today. Been too sick to get out, and I figured, this is ridiculous, but I've got to get up
Yeah.
and get it done. So it'll be here before we know it.
Oh, that's so true. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Well, cool. Let's see.
maybe
What do
I'll
we
stop
have?
by. Do you have the stuff with you, Kathy, or did you leave it? Is it at your house?
I left it at
Okay.
home. I have all this stuff for Beverly. I forgot about yours, and I was just about to say, congratulations, we have a winner. That's so cool. I was on the phone, and somebody was ringing in, and I looked and I saw who it was. I told my daughter that I was on the phone with. I said, hold on, I got to get this call. I'm like, I know. The only reason why she'd be calling me is if we had a winner.
Right.
And she butchered your name. She's like, Maca.
Yeah.
It's like, Michelle.
Yes.
She's like, okay. So,
Yeah, can't
anyway, so
pronounce
that
it.
was neat. Yeah,
Yes.
that was neat.
That's
I was
awesome.
excited because
Me too.
yeah, and it looks like it. I mean, it's a bunch of different people that are like us, in network marketing or whatever. So I saw, just looking through there though, it looked like there's a bunch of envelopes. So maybe there's some, gift cards or gift, offers for some free stuff too.
That
But
would be good.
yeah, and then it had, regular items in there as well. But and hair products and things because you've got the beauty salon as well. So I'm excited. It looked nice, and the bag, the tote, is very nice too. So
Awesome.
that
May not have to get Christmas shopping done, Michelle. You might want to
I
wait and see what that is.
You know what? And if you're out and you want to swing by the house, Rob is off today.
Okay.
And I can let him know. And
Okay.
he can listen for you. He gets busy in the backyard and in his projects, and
Uh-huh.
if I don't tell him ahead of time, so let me know if you want to
Okay.
do that.
Yeah, just send me your address and we'll swing by there because my
Okay.
mom and I will be out and about today. Okay.
Plan. Yeah, good deal.
Very good.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't bring it with me. Didn't even think about it. I was trying to get Beverly's stuff together.
Right.
So,
Don't worry about it.
oh well.
I told her last night. She was like, "Wow." I told my mom. I said, "We might have to go pick this up."
Yeah.
She was like, "Wow, where is that
Yeah.
from?" I said, "Well," told her, how if we got customers, you put the names in, and she was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
bonus."
It turned out really well. I was excited, and she's got what's today's the 11th day? Yeah.
Mhm.
Today's the 11th day. So we didn't hear from her yesterday. And she said that she's been really excited how it's worked out because she's had winners from just about each organization that has participated. So
Oh,
she was super
good.
excited about that. Yeah. And, but she's got 2 days left. Today's the 11th day is each item that was contributed was around $100. So this is a big day today. And then the one tomorrow, the 12th day of Christmas, is a TV, a big screen
Nice.
TV. So, yeah.
Very cool.
So we're still in it.
Well, next year, let me
Yeah.
know if you're still doing it so I can put some paint or something, whatever I'm doing
Oh,
next
yeah.
year too. So
Yeah. Very
I
cool.
would, yeah.
Yeah. Last year she did it. I didn't participate because sometimes it's Rebecca. She does my hair, and sometimes she can be
Mhm.
flaky, and she didn't explain it right, and I wasn't following her. And then this
Mm.
year, she was explaining it to another gentleman that was in the. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. Now that's what you were talking about last year. She goes, yeah, you want to participate? I was like, okay, let me, let me explain it to you if I got through it with her. Then she set me straight on some of the things that I was confused about. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, so it's a good deal. So that way you can have, like we had our team participating and earning tickets for customers and being at events or whatever. So I think it's a good deal. So anytime we have something like that, yeah, let's implement it with our team.
Absolutely. Anytime you can get your name out there too, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I sent this out to a few of you guys. I know I shared it with Claire and Jake. One of the things that I'm doing for this end of the month push is I picked my weakest leg because that's the one that I really need help on.
Mhm.
And I sent out a message and said, I will offer $100 to you if you, and this is for, I went down my weakest leg and I sent it to each one of those people. So that's Jason, Kyle, I can't think right now, Marlena, Monique, those people. And I said, if you put a person in contact with Casey that is, listen for people and listen to hear what they're saying.
You're cutting out, Kathy.
Every time when there's a cliffhanger like that.
I know. She knows how to do it, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's suspense.
Kathy should be telling stories at the library. She reads, she tells them so well.
Sorry, lost you guys.
You did.
But okay, so we're listening to these conversations going on, and then if you find out if they're serious about it, and they say, "Yeah, I'm serious. What do you got?" Well, I got a guy, and you connect them with Casey, and then at that point, if they join the organization, because all you did as a team member of mine on my weakest leg, because you connected them with Casey and they joined the organization, I'm giving them $100 plus whatever they get from the company for doing that, you know?
Awesome.
So it's an incentive. It's, you know, Christmas cash for some that might need that. You know, Jason's been in my mom used to say a mell of a hess. A mell of a hess.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Jason's been in a mell of a hess because of you know, his health issues lately, and it's like, and Kyle, you know, oh my gosh, you know, Kyle, you know, in California it's ridiculously expensive just to live, and he's been struggling with you know, work and everything else. So, you know, it's like, okay, guys, here's another opportunity for you. And,
Exactly.
and just keep it simple and connect those people to Casey, and then let Casey do the work. And, you know, if they join the organization, I'll send you $100. So for each person. So they, you know, they were excited about it, and you know, and the main thing is keeping it simple, and that's what Kyle made the comment that he's like, who's the guy in Tommy Boy? Chris Farley. Chris Farley. He said, I'm like Chris Farley. He said, I just get so excited and I just throw up all over him. And I said, yeah. I said, you know, we drip on people. Don't, you know, turn the damn fire hose off. Just drip on them. And so we were going back and forth yesterday and or the day before, and he's yeah, he's excited about it. You know, just one more thing that can help. I mean, $100 can do a lot for a lot of people when you're you know, that destitute at, you know, Christmas time, everything else. I think $100 is huge. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yep.
So anyway,
That's for
and
sure.
it doesn't have to be $100. You can say $25. You can say $50. Whatever fits your budget. It's something extra for them and some sort of extra incentive to help them, you know, to push them a little bit further.
Right.
Or if you know something that they want. Back in my Mary Kay days, we always had these things that we had won through the company, little trinkets of, you know, just necklaces or earrings or a little purse or a little maybe a binder, you know, different, cute, but you could only get them if, you know, if you did XYZ. Well, I would pass those things down to my team, you know, okay, I did XYZ and I got this. Isn't it, you know, and then you put your Vanna White on and say, wouldn't you love to have it? And, you know, romance the item, right? And then, you know, tell them what they need to do to get that item. So, same type of thing. If you have somebody that you know that, you know, like Michelle, if there's something in your shop that you know that, you know, Amanda would love to have, it's like, I know how you can earn it. So, just ideas.
hmm That is a good idea.
So,
Very good idea. And Jake kind of lined out the kind of drew out the genealogy yesterday. We met on Zoom and
cool.
was able to see everybody kind of drawn out, and where everybody's placed, and that helps a lot. So I think
Good.
he's working on getting together with everybody. So definitely that that alone kind of helps too, trying to help
Right.
plan out your business
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And
to see where
helps.
you need more work too. Your strength and
Right.
your
And to see where
weaker.
your team needs.
Exactly.
Yeah. And to see where your team needs help too.
Yeah.
To kind of walk down the steps and say, okay, this is where, where we need to, where the squeak is. We need to put some oil where the squeak is.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like a strategy, session where, we can see what we need to do, and that helps. So
Yeah.
I would highly recommend getting together with
Cool.
them and getting that lined out.
Sounds great. Sounds
Yeah.
terrific. Jake, you want to elaborate on it any?
Yeah, I mean, she pretty much just said exactly what it entails, and that's what I'm calling it, is strategy sessions. And my intention is to get together with everyone who wants to do it. Hopefully this week. That's what I'm trying to do, and just not just outline our businesses. I mean, we all kind of know where our legs are at, who's in what leg and whatnot. But it's good for me, it's helpful to visually put it in front of me and start kind of mapping that out in front of me. And then that helps my mind map it out and reminds me of people who maybe I haven't gotten in touch with for a while. But the other thing too is it's not just our team, it's also going back and identifying who we've been talking to and going through those names in our head. Like I was asking Michelle, okay, well, who, when you think of people, who are your newest possibilities of momentum? Who are your MPOMs? And so we kind of talked about the first few people that came up across her mind, and people that, she spoke to recently, or maybe people that she knows that she needs to follow up with and whatnot. And then the other thing too that I want to start identifying for not just myself, but everyone else, is what I want to call like our stretch goals or our stretch targets. So every day I start my day out by writing my affirmations, and then I write down my goals. And my goals, if you kind of go by what Grant Cardone does, your goals are basically what you're up to in life or what you're after in life. And then his targets, my targets, are more daily tasks. So my targets are what I'm focused on from day to day to make my goals happen. So the goals are the big picture, the targets are the small picture. And what I've started writing down is not just my targets, like what I know I need to do and what I should do in any given day, but I've started to separate or create a new category, which I call my stretch goal or my stretch target, or whatever you want to call that sort of extra push for yourself. So I sit down and I think about, okay, what do I need to do to make it through the day to say that I'm happy with the day? And then I sit there and I think about what would make this an exceptional day and what would push me out of my comfort zone. I look at my goals and what I'm really trying to achieve, and I think about what would really help me get towards that and probably push me out of my comfort zone at the same time. And I'll write down one or two of those things that I know are going to make me stretch and grow and definitely put me out of my comfort zone. And I've started identifying those. So Michelle and I kind of brought that up, and that might be a person, or that might be a project, or that might be an event or something that you've thought of in the past, but you, for whatever reason, keep putting it off. And if it's a stretch goal, you probably keep putting it off because it pushes you out of your comfort zone, or you're not sure about it, or you don't feel like you've thought it through, or whatever the case may be. But what I find is that when I start to, I was saying to Michelle, for me, when I identify something as a stretch goal and I can tell myself, I understand that it is a stretch for me because it pushes me out of my comfort zone. For me, it changes it from something that feels like a stretch, or it changes the way I think about it. Just by identifying it in that set fashion, for me, it changes it into a challenge. And if I can change something from basically a fear base or an uncertainty base to a challenge base, I can tackle that. All of a sudden, it becomes something that I want to strive to do. So that's something that I would recommend we all think about, and don't wait until 2020 or don't wait until the end of the month. Sit down and think about that right now, because your stretch goals are right in front of you. And they probably, if it's a stretch goal or it's something that's, come across your mind and it's making you feel uncomfortable, or you're just not sure about it, it's probably something that you've thought about for a while, or at least you've thought about it a handful of times and you just keep pushing it aside. So think about whatever that is. And if you're trying to knock out the best of 2019, make that a priority, make that a challenge for yourself. And just pick one thing a day. It doesn't have to be a huge hurdle, and it doesn't have to be something that's going to necessarily immediately create amazing results for you, but it's that act of getting out of your comfort zone and getting out of your head. So that's a big part of what Michelle and I were talking about as well.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Thanks for sharing. I don't think I have anything to add to that. Yeah, very good. Well, guys, I will see you all in the morning on the call. And unless anyone's got anything else. We didn't hear from Claire this morning. Is she on? She's on.
I'm here.
Hi, Claire.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Candace is on. Woo!
Yeah, Candace. Beverly's on too. I think I saw Beverly on there.
Okay, cool. All right.
Morning,
awesome.
I'm on.
Good morning.
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 Eva's on. We got a full house.
Yeah.
That is great.
Terrific.
Hey,
Well, you
Hey,
guys have
Candace,
a great
you
day.
should have something good to say. Come on. You should have something good to say. Yeah, come
I'll
on.
tell you
Always.
a little bit of an update with one of my people that said that they were going to join as a business partner. They said that, they're having a hard time coming up with the money. So I just told them, hey, let's sit down and create a plan. So, because they're like, oh, well, maybe I'll just do $100, the $100 one. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So on Thursday, I'm going to meet with them and just kind of figure out how we can get at least the $3.99, if not $5.99, because I know people have stuff to sell or whatever. So
Absolutely.
that's kind of what I'm working on right now.
Very good. Good deal.
Yeah, I think
you
we
can do
could
it.
discourage people from doing the $89 one because you're not getting anything but the right to be a distributor, and that's really it. Because you'll still end up having to get products, right? At least for yourself.
Right.
So that's what's going on.
Absolutely. Good job.
Great.
All right, guys. You'll have a good one. Try to get
Thank
in
you,
there.
Kathy. You too.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great
See
day.
y'all
everybody.
later.
Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.